So we got an update on the Gina Carano lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, the update on the Gina Carano versus Disney fiasco just exploded onto the scene once again, and yeah, it's a mess. You see, Gina Carano took the X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and dropped the bombshell about just how bad Disney has been dragging its feet in this case. I mean, are we even surprised at this point? I mean, it's been 8 months, eight since Gina Carano and the lawyers first asked Disney for some pretty basic info. I mean, stuff that's standard in lawsuits like this. And what's Disney done? Unsurprisingly, stall, obstruct, and delay. Like they know they're about to get destroyed in court and stuff. And they're clinging to whatever time that they can buy, okay? Now, think about that for a second. Gina Carano's just asking for routine documents. Her damages expert needs to figure out how much financial harm she's suffered. And you think that Disney would cooperate if they had nothing to hide. But nope, they've been deflecting like crazy and not just dragging their heels a little. Nah, this is just full blown, we're deep in trouble level stalling. It's almost laughable at this point, and if it wasn't so insufferable. Now, Disney knows that Gina Carano has the receipts and stuff, and they're terrified of what's going to come out of those files released. And Gina Carano is fighting for more than just herself. She's fighting to expose this corporate nightmare for what it is. And honestly, as a result of all of this nonsense, Gina Carano and the trial just got pushed back from this September to February of next year. That's a 5-month delay, if you ask me. And a 5-month punch in the gut for someone who's been fighting just to have her side heard. I mean, can you imagine pouring your heart into your work, getting canceled for it, then having to wait for justice while the other side plays games? I mean, it's a nightmare, and sadly, not even surprising. One, given Disney's track record lately, but Gina Carano is staying strong throughout all of this, and Gina Carano is staying the course. But here's the thing: you see, Gina Carano is not backing down. Her lawyers are stepping up. They filed a motion to compel on April 2nd and stuff, okay? And honestly, which basically means that they're asking the court to step in and force Disney to hand over the information that they're legally required to provide. That's how ridiculous this has gotten. A motion to compel. That just to get the kind of documents that any fair legal team would have turned over months ago. This isn't just a major, technical hiccup and stuff, but it's simply a clear tone of how clear sign of how tone deaf and desperate Disney is acting behind the scenes. And that's no surprise to any of us because this is how Disney usually work. And you know what's kind of ironic? Even the Hollywood media, excuse me, yes, the same people who usually run defense for Disney are starting to admit that Gina Carano got a raw deal. When the same press that helped push the cancellation is now raising eyebrows at how she was treated and stuff. That really tell you something right there. The bias is so obvious now. It's cringe. The double standard is out in the open, especially when you compare how Disney treated Gina Carano versus some of the other actors who said way worse and faced zero consequences. But Gina Carano even gave a nod to Rachel Zegler and others who stirred controversy without a fraction of the backlash. I mean, she's not wrong. It's like now that evidence of bias is right there for everyone to see. And Disney's just trying to delay until the outrage dies down, which it never will. But maybe they think they can wait this out until Gina Carano or her legal team gives up. Maybe they're hoping Elon's legal support runs out. Maybe they're thinking the media cycle will shift. But that's an insane cope if they believe this is just going to simply go ahead and fade away. But let's be honest here. This whole situation has turned into a fiasco for Disney. What could have been resolved clearly has now snowballed into something way bigger. And Gina Carano isn't just fighting for herself anymore. She's standing up for anyone or everyone who's ever been unfairly silenced for thinking differently, not going along with the grain. And this case is about principle, about holding these corporations accountable when they act like they're above the law, and the more Disney delays, the more obvious their guilt becomes. Now, if they had nothing to hide, they'd be transparent at this point, but instead, Unsurprisingly, they're acting pretty shady, same way they do with the movies and stuff. And maybe that's why, this delay could actually work in Gina Carano's favor. The longer this drags on, the more public support she gains. And people are watching and people are waking up. And the contrast between how Disney handles people, like Gina Carano versus others is too loud to ignore, okay? This delay might just give even more time for the truth to come out. Now, for more people to speak up, for more receipts to surface, you can only have for so long before the spotlight finds you, and Disney's running out of shadows to go ahead and hide in. But at the same time, it's also funny how the very people who claim to be all about fairness, diversity, and inclusion are the ones scrambling the hardest when their hypocrisy gets exposed. I mean, whatever happened to accountability? What happened to treating people equally, regardless of their opinions? I mean, Disney, talks the talk, but when it comes to actually walking the walk, that's a huge meltdown. They can't even provide the documents without being dragged into court. Okay, and that's not a good look for the company. But here's another way to think about it. What if Disney's just trying to go ahead and outlast the players involved and stuff? Maybe they're hoping Kathleen Kennedy or Bob Iger will be long gone by the time this case sees us inside of a courtroom. Then they can just throw their hands up and say, "Oh well, those people aren't here anymore. Nothing to say." That's simply a coward move right there. A classic corporate play right there. Kick the can down the road until everyone forgets who made the decisions. But guess what? None of us will forget. And Gina Carano definitely remembers. And guess what? She's not going anywhere. Now, I don't know how this will end. I mean, maybe Disney caves and offers a settlement. Maybe it goes all the way to trial. Gina Carano, I'm pretty sure, is going to be pushing for discovery. But here's what I do know. Disney has already lost in the court of public opinion. They've been exposed. They've been caught. And every day they just delay them. Every day they delay, it just makes them look weaker. They thought they could cancel Gina Carano and silence her, but she's still here fighting, and she's got a whole army of supporters who've had enough of the double standards. So yeah. This case matters because Gina Carano is actually willing to take it all the way. She's already shown more backbone than most of Hollywood combined, and with each delay, with each stall tactic, Disney just proves her right. I mean, Gina Carano is becoming a symbol of pushback against this cancel culture madness, and that's why they're scared, okay? And Gina Carano is not just winning legal points. Gina Carano is waking people up. And at the end of the day, this whole thing shows how broken Hollywood really is. Okay, they pick and choose who to punish based on politics, not principles. And that's just the part of that's the part that ticks people off the most. Now the rules change depending on who you are. That's not justice. That's corruption right there. And people are waking up to it. And that's why this Gina Carano situation matters. That's why it resonates, because it's about more than just a job. It's about basic fairness. So yeah, Gina Carano, keep fighting. A lot of us out here, we got your back already. We already see through the spin, the bias, the stalling, and we're not buying the narrative anymore. This truth finds a way, no matter how long it takes, okay? And the more they delay, the more they expose themselves, okay? And this isn't just a case. It's a reckoning, and Gina Carano is right at the center of it all. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button in this video if you enjoyed what was shared in it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for future notifications, so that way you're notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.